Okay, so we've had about 95, I've estimated, okay, it doesn't make any difference, but I've estimated about 95 billion people that have died in the past. Okay, there's about 7 billion people left, some being born, and so you could see that they weren't meant to stay alive during this age. Nobody is. A lot of people think they're just going to get to stay alive when Jesus comes back. I'm afraid not. Not even Jesus got to stay alive. How's that? In the flesh, that is. He didn't get to keep his flesh. That flesh died 2,000 years ago. That was a Roman trick. They tricked you, they deceived you, and added those lies in the New Testament. So you've been believing these lies all along. It's the Word Jesus is, okay? Jesus is the Word. I'm the Word. The prophets are the Word. The saints are the Word. We all spoke for God. Jesus just happened to be the first man to be sinless. So he can get this veil. He didn't have a veil because he never was a sinner. He was just able to get the knowledge as he grew up. You know, he was a kid. He was 5 years old and he was already getting information from God directly. He knew more at the age of 12 or 14 than most people ever did during this age. By the time he was preaching the gospel, he knew. It's unbelievable how much he knew. You know, they tried to write some stuff in the New Testament. You know, that's just a little bit of what Jesus was talking about. He talked every single day he was alive about God, straight from God. But when he went out to preach the gospel, that's when God gave him the strong desire to go preach. But God's in total control of the flesh. Absolute total control through the Word and through the flesh. They have to do exactly as God wants them to do. Well, because it's all written down. We're going to do exactly what God had planned for us. And Jesus did that. Well, Jesus didn't have to make any decisions. Not one. Jesus didn't make, the flesh. The flesh of Jesus didn't make any decisions. He just did whatever God told him to do. It's hard to explain that. The Word that you get is you. And you're controlling that flesh. And when you don't have genetic sins in it anymore, when they're gone, then it's easy to control the flesh. It doesn't want to go do what it wants to do. It doesn't want to sin. So getting back to this dying, we're all dying. Every one of us. Everybody's going to die. There has to be an end to this age. There has to. It can't go on and on and on forever, because that's not in God's plan. His plan is to end this age so he can change the earth back to what it was when he first started. It's going to go to almost identical to what it was in the original earth. And then, of course, that requires a mess here. You know, what all what man built. He built. Look at all the stuff man built. There's still buildings standing around over 1,000 years old. It's all going to come tumbling down. Now, that's what I'm getting at. There are a lot of prophecies in the scriptures that are saved, that didn't get too much damaged, that I can understand very well, and that point to a time on this earth when there's going to be a day when the earth starts to shake violently. Not a few earthquakes. I'm talking about the whole earth shaking so badly that everything on this planet falls down. Every building, every wall, every bridge, everything that man built will crumble and fall. That's on the first day. On the very first day, everything's going to be destroyed. And then you're going to have a whole lot of, you're going to have a large percentage dead instantly through this first day. And then you're going to have a lot of people that are going to run around just like freaked out. You know, you can use pretty much your imagination what it's going to be like when everything falls down. When there's nothing. No telephone, no internet, no money, no food, no nothing. There's going to be nothing left. So the survivors are just going to, they're going to survive until they run out of food, and you know, they're going to die of starvation and of course diseases. There's going to be a lot of diseases with all the dead bodies around. Yeah, it's not going to be a pretty scene. But it's only temporary. It's going to be like a living hell during that time. But the thing is, our memories are going to go with it. When you die in the flesh, your memories are with it. They're going to die with it. Now that's a great plan of God's. Okay? He sets up this age, so he gets all the prophets and saints and Jesus together and does his thing with them and get the knowledge into the Word so that he can eliminate all the flesh afterwards, and then their brains are gone, all their memories of this age. So this first age will be nothing. It will be like it didn't happen. It didn't exist. Nobody's going to remember anything about it. You know, nobody's going to remember the beautiful mountains we had, and the oceans, and there's lots of beauty in this earth. But that was part of the deception. You see, that made some of us want to go after the beauty rather than God. I mean, I could go on and on and on about all the different kinds of deceptions. Everybody's got something about them that deceives another person. Whether we talk different, the way we look, the way we dress, that deceives somebody else. You see? Makes them angry, makes them and then it makes them proud because they're not like that. It's just on and on and on. There's all kinds of deception going on that we don't even realize, that we don't even sit down and really look at it. I was using an example today about somebody that's 500 pounds overweight sitting at a restaurant with 20-course meal in front of them, eating. Does that offend you? Is that deception to you? Of course it is. Or like some skinny, somebody with just bean legs, beanpole legs, running. Like, looks like they've been running for 30 miles. And they don't have any, all they have is bones. I'll go to the next video here.